In our first video, Dr. Hellervik discussed the interview information taxonomy, describing the information various types of questions can produce in an interview. Remember, even though non-behavioral questions can be helpful in gathering information, behavioral description questions provide the richest and most useful information to assess a candidate's fit for a role. In this video, we will discuss how to use this taxonomy to truly assess a candidate's fit using our proprietary process that we call the blended interview. The blended interview is a complete interview process we have developed. It uses non-behavioral questions to set the candidate at ease and creates a natural flow to the interview. It also allows you to structure behavioral questions directed at specific competencies and characteristics. By using an appropriate mix of the various types of interview questions, you are able to gather more complete information and gain a better understanding of the individual as a whole. All of this data provides you the information you need in order to assess whether a candidate is the right person for a role. The blended interview is like digging a well. You start off shallow and then dig deeper and deeper to get to the critical information you want. It is a comfortable and seamless way to get to the more predictive behavioral questions around specific critical job requirements. By starting with more general questions in a competency area, the conversation will flow more naturally to the deeper, more specific questions regarding examples of past behaviors the candidate has exhibited in a variety of situations. The intent is to capture the most comprehensive view of a candidate as possible, almost like watching a video of their past performance on the job. Let's look at an example of an interviewer digging a well using our blended interview approach. In this vignette, the candidate is being interviewed for a sales role at a technology company. The interviewer has already engaged in some small talk with the candidate to put him at ease and is now ready to begin employing our blended interview process. See if you can identify the different parts of the taxonomy being utilized to gather critical information.
So Jamie, tell me about your last position as an account rep.
At my last job, I was responsible for all customer-facing activities. Basically, I was in charge of maintaining positive relationships with our active customers. It was very hard and difficult at times, but I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Well, that sounds interesting. Can you tell me what your typical day looked like?
Sure. So first thing in the morning, I would prioritize any unfinished items that I had from the previous day. Then I would pull a report from the CRM to identify any scheduled items for the current day, and then I'd start making phone calls.
Oh, so you used a CRM. So tell me more about how you used that in your job.
Well, the CRM we used was Microsoft Dynamics. We used it to track all of our customers' information, scheduled calls and meetings as well. I really liked it because it was easy to use and learn. On top of that, it would help me quickly upload my calls for the day and log them into the system.
Really? Was that helpful?
Yes, it was. It helped organize my daily schedule and allowed me to make sure that I stayed in consistent contact with all our customers so nobody would fall through the cracks. In addition, my manager wanted to track our call activity each day, so I was able to do that using the CRM to produce a report with that information.
Okay. You said the CRM was easy for you to learn. Do you consider yourself a quick study?
Yes, I usually pick up on new technology pretty fast. I learned how to use the CRM in 2 days, whereas everyone else was still struggling with it after 2 weeks.
2 days? That's really impressive. You know, it can often be challenging to introduce a new technology to a company. Can you tell me about the time when you were most successful implementing new technology?
Yes, I was really proud to be able to overcome significant resistance in implementing the new CRM. Our salespeople were opposed to it right away and to having to learn and use a new system. They were unwilling to see the value that it brought. I worked hard at providing training and ample opportunities to ask questions, so most of them got on board pretty quickly.
Were you able to recognize how the interviewer was digging a well? By starting out with a background question, the interviewer created a comfortable beginning to the discussion and was able to get some general information. This information allowed the interviewer to smoothly follow up with an activity question. Discussing the candidate's typical day gave the interviewer solid information about the specifics of the person's job. The interviewer was then able to dig a little deeper and follow up with a technical, functional question in order to assess the candidate's knowledge of a specific technology. Going deeper still, the self-evaluation question helped the interviewer gauge the individual's perception of their own skills. The response to this question was a perfect segue into a behavioral question that was directly aligned with a specific competency. In this case, the introducing change competency was being assessed. Many other characteristics of the candidate could be examined by using follow-up questions about the candidate's behavior in this situation. All of the data captured using these different types of questions are useful in determining the candidate's overall fit. Our blended interview process allows interviewers to ensure that the information gathered through non-behavioral questions is corroborated by the data that is collected through the entire interview. For example, interviewers want to be assured that a candidate gives the right response to a question like, "Why are you interested in this job?" which is a non-behavioral question. But how does an interviewer discern if the candidate is truly interested in the job or just giving an answer they believe the interviewer wants to hear? It can be tricky, but by using our blended interview process with appropriate behavioral questions, the interviewer can feel much more confident in the overall assessment of the candidate's interest in the position. So remember, to get the most valid and well-rounded view of a candidate and their fit for a role in your organization, don't be afraid to grab that shovel and start digging. The results of your efforts will be more thorough, better informed hiring decisions, allowing you to place the right people in the right positions in your organization.